All right, we are live on Facebook for another Thursday's Top Tips in Real Estate. So if you guys are joining us for the first time, every Thursday we go live at 2 p.m. with amazing local realtors and lenders, and they share with you their top tips in real estate. Now, we run this meeting in about 3 parts, and the 3-part is the first part, we talk about whatever our topic of the week is. So that topic of the week to this week is technology in our industry, and there is plenty to talk about on this topic, so I'm really excited to hear about it. It has definitely impacted our industry, especially because of coronavirus, so it is continually changing, and I'm excited to get into that topic. After that, we will go into their number 1 topic of the week, or number 1 top tip of the week, and then the third will be any announcements and such like that. So make sure you stay to the end because there's great information all throughout. We are actually going to start with the lenders this week. So Tony, you are up.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. I wanted to get started here again. Tony Garcia, CrossCountry Mortgage. There's going to be numerous on the call, so I don't want to kind of roll everything up into one. So I'll try to say my biggest thing, couple biggest things when it comes to the lending side with technology. Obviously, with COVID-19, everything else, we've definitely, this platform we're on right now, Zoom, has become huge. I've done a lot of, still to this day, even with technology, we have a lot of individuals that want that face-to-face contact. Some are uncomfortable right now, so this has been huge in doing so. So I've done a lot of Zoom calls with my clients that want to meet me face-to-face, everything else, and it's been tremendous because you can still have that one-on-one touch and actually feel and see a smile, see a face on the other end instead of just the end of the phone. Outside of that, on the lending side, a lot of things, online applications, going on, being able to go on and complete a credit application at your convenience and not having to wait till it time's up at lunch for the perfect 15 minutes to make a phone call or so on and so forth. At least getting that part started so you can actually move forward and then get the documents needed once it goes on from there. And one of the other things on my end that I think is big is when it comes to lending, we all know it, everybody hears it, clients don't like it, but unfortunately it's part of a bank and a lender giving you money. They need to see assets. They need to see certain things. So there's also a thing out there now called account check. It's been out for a while, but it's something that, a lot of clients are not necessarily comfortable with, but it's a very secure way that actually just links your bank account. So you don't have to go back and get transaction history numerous times for docs. You can literally link your account. All we do is see the history of it. We don't have access to the account. We just sit there and are able to view it. That way you don't have to go online, get more statements, things like that. So those type of things kind of, make the process so much smoother and easier. Again, there's so much more to talk about, but I'm also not gonna share too much. I'll let some of our fellow colleagues here dive in and do a little bit themselves as well.
Awesome, thanks, Tony. All righty. So next up is Carol.
Hey everybody, Carol Dols here with Gateway Mortgage. Tony talked about the online application, but I wanted to touch base and talk about something that you as the consumer or the realtor don't know what we're doing behind the scenes with technology. And this technology has been around for years and we all use the same technology. It's just each of us have our own overlays, let's say, and it's called automated underwriting. The automated underwriting, all of our files are underwritten as soon as we take that application and input all the data. I used to say to my loan officers, data in is as good as the data out, or I should say the data out is as good as the data that you put in. So as long as the loan officer or the processor inputs all of the data, meaning the balances on the bank statements, the actual income, that automated underwriting for Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, they're 2 different systems, but we all use the same systems. It will spit out what's called your findings. And in those findings, that's your approval. And it will actually give you the conditions that you need to get on that file. It will tell you if you need 1 pay stub, 1 bank statement, 1 W-2, 2 W-2s, 2 years tax returns. It actually dictates the guide, how the guidelines have viewed that file. So if one little thing changes during the process, that will change those findings. So when the underwriter gets the file at the end, she makes sure that all of the data that was input to the system is accurate so that the findings we have for the final approval match up. So that's That's my technology, automated underwriting.
Awesome. Thanks, Carol. Love that we get to hear from both the lending side and the realtor perspective on this call. Honestly, it's a very valuable approach to everything. So Katey, going on to the realtor side. Katey, we're gonna put you up now, spotlighted. Oh.
Hey, so speaking to the buyer and seller side from the realtor perspective, we've been conducting both buyer and seller consultations via Zoom or other video chat apps since March. We, as soon as the world got weird, we put that in immediately and had some really good success with not only local individuals, but also those people that were already planning on relocating or decided to relocate to Florida or to our area in Florida on the Treasure Coast. So we've also been using that same technology to offer online meetings and seminars to help those individuals who need to get more information so they can make a decision on a purchase or a sale. And we've always used forward-thinking digital tools and resources like the 3D tours. So we've been using a 3D Matterport tour for our seller listings since basically the technology came out. And we've had an opportunity to actually use it for our buyers as well that are coming to the area or don't have access to the property, but it's vacant. We can go and do a tour, a 3D scan of the entire property for them. And then we give them a floor plan so they can easily move their furniture in mentally and then physically day of. It actually helps a lot. So we've been able to use that technology in a new way, giving them unlimited access on a 3D scan of a property that they're about to purchase. If it wasn't already provided by the listing agent, we went out and asked permission and got it done. We've also been on the listing side and also on the buyer side been using virtual showings, using live and pre-recorded getting into the property and doing a quick video on your phone or using the technology that we have to talk about the features of the property and point things out that buyers typically may overlook, or what's beyond those walls, like new air conditioning units and new roof and that sort of thing. We've always used e-sign technology in our office. We've always, been using forward-thinking technology. With the e-sign, that's good, but it's not great because sometimes you don't want somebody to sign something that they don't understand. So jumping on a Zoom call or a chat and sharing your screen and being able to handle those, those really unique questions or explain terminology has been extremely helpful. And they see your face and they can read your body language as well as we be able to read their body language when they don't quite understand something. So once everything has been e-signed and all of that, we do provide an opportunity to have a online file cabinet, so to speak, through our Google Drive. So, we can access so much information online and do everything digitally other than, kind of see the property in person, which I think is very important throughout the process. So that's kind of just my little snippet. Katey Bourgeois of the Bourgeois Real Estate Group. I forgot to say that.
Awesome. Thanks, Katey.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Next is Alannah. So I will spotlight your video now, Alannah. And you are, yeah, there you go.
Perfect. All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Alannah with the Dean's List Group at EXP. I'm excited about this topic. I'm really surprised the couple of things I wanted to mention haven't been thrown out there. So I'm going to just share them. So one of them that I am just really appreciating these days, and I've been using since I became aware of them when I got started in the industry, is how many connections that you have with other professionals that have apps. So in my case, working with buyers, for example, I have an app connecting me to a title company where I can go about, throwing the numbers in and telling you right there, this is the ballpark for your mortgage payment. This is, by the way, a great connection. Here, let me get you connected. Let me shoot this over to you in a text. I can do research right there. There's options to even go on our MLS system system right on my phone. So I can go to the property tax site. There's just a numerous amount of things that I can access with just the click of a few buttons right there on site. And that is such a cool technology that was not available to realtors until kind of recently. So that's really exciting. I mean, to the listing point, one of the things that my team in particular prides ourselves on is the ability to not only market on a social media level and beyond social media level, but also the ability to make sure that the interested hand raisers who are shopping on the internet have the ability to get connected directly with us and directly with not only our listings, but everybody's listings. So making it accessible is just a fantastic tool that's enabled us to just have so many more well thought out conversations right when you're ready to start learning more and get into the process. So, you know, whichever side of the coin you're on between, you know, buying or selling, there's a lot to be gotten out of the technology. So when you're talking with the other people on your team that you're putting together to go about that process, make sure you ask them what tools do they have in their toolbox to serve you. And you'll probably be surprised by the answers because there are so many options out there right now. That's
Awesome.
my little tidbit.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is Jessica. I'm going to spotlight your video now.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jessica Taylor, and I'm with Keller Realty. And my new official title is Director of Technology. So I think I love it. So anyways, so what I'm going to kind of focus on right now is the app that we have. And if you can see my screen, we're very big on downloading the Keller Williams app for our clients and our consumers. And that'll take you directly to this page where you can see my little headshot right there. And then you can download my app directly to your phone and have it sent to you. Excuse me. And I'm just gonna go ahead and play this video so you can see kind of like how like the app works, just like from like an overview side of it. Can everybody see this?
Yep.
Okay. So what the cool thing is about this app is that it is a nationwide. It has a majority of the MLS listings nationwide. And here I'm just scrolling through the different filters that the client can have. And what I just enjoy about this app is that it makes it so simple for a lot of my clients to just walk through this, explore, see what's out there, just in case they haven't like completely made up their mind and they just want to explore different neighborhoods. It's easy for them to do so. And they can also save different listings and it'll come directly to me and my CRM. It's all connected together. And how do clients find realtors? Other than word of mouth, it's going to be online and on the internet. So it's so important that as a realtor, especially nowadays, you have to have an online presence. So why not have that online presence via your app as well? And I 110% understand that technology will never take the place of face-to-face connection and conversations. It just helps it. It brings up it makes that like relationship get better and closer, in my opinion, if you leverage it properly with your business, and it can all work out very well in the end for you and your client. So that's my main focus, is the apps that we have available for our clients. It just makes everything so much easier and simpler for the entire process. So that's my thing. And again, my name is Jessica. If you want this app, you can send me an email, but I'll plug that later. Oh, look, it's right there on the screen. Text my code. All right, everyone. Thanks again.
Awesome. Thanks, Jessica. All righty. All right. So next up is Peter.
Hey guys, my name is Peter Negron. I'm with the Hunt Group powered by Keller Williams. And yes, Jessica Taylor is our technology rep. Thank you so much for that. And I know we talked a lot about how we as realtors leverage our technology to help you, but I just kind of wanted to tell you guys as buyers and sellers from the investment side, how the technology is to your value, because that's really what you're worried about. How are we going to use it to help you? So I'm going to just show you a little statistic here. On average, Americans are spending 7.4 hours in front of a screen. 7.4 hours. Now, what does that mean to you? Let's just say if they are going on the screen for about 444 minutes, even 10% of that working to your favor using our technology will help you get your listing or help you find the listing that is perfect for you. Now, as realtors, we have unlimited technology, but the thing is, there are different realtors that have different things that'll benefit you. So make sure you're going and you're actually asking these realtors the questions that pertain to you specifically. So, you know, are they going to be marketing to your specific segment of buyers? Are you going to be able to have access to the homes that you're actually looking for through the MLS that they have under their technology wing? So you really want to go step by step in those questions. And even if they don't have those technologies, those realtors that you reach out to can refer you to just the right realtor that you're looking for. So always, always, always try to take a little bit of time and reach out to those realtors that you know and actually ask them those pertinent questions that you need from them. So technology is unlimited, but make sure you ask what the value is for you.
Love that. Value is very important. Thank you, Peter. All right, so now we're gonna head back to the lending side for a couple of people. So Dana, I'm gonna spotlight your video now. And you're up.
Okay, hi everybody. My name is Dana Mainenti and I'm with Guaranteed Rate Affinity. I am going to try to share my screen here. We do have a lot of great processes. I always miss that share my screen button. That's okay. I'll just tell you about them. So with digital applications, it does help you as a borrower to fill out your applications online because you're in the comfort of your own home. You have all of your documents close by. So if a lender's interviewing you and asking you, you know, what do your tax returns look like for 2018, you don't have to worry, oh my gosh, I left those at home. So I've noticed that I've received a more complete application when the borrowers do it on their own in the comfort of their own home. We also have products like being able to pull your credit, and once you pull your credit, you can even click a button to get a decision. So if you are out and about with a realtor, going to open houses, and you want to put an offer in right away, there's other people that are ready to make an offer, you could use this website, pull your credit, run your decision, and get a pre-approval letter right then and there. Again, you know, that's based on your comfort. I can always help. I'm always available. And also another feature that we have is called Transfer Safe, where it's an electronic website. You can upload your documents through a secured and encrypted website. And then the last feature that we had is called Flash Close, which means that you can view all of your closing documents the day before and sign the majority of them electronically. And so when you go to the closing table, instead of it taking, you know, an hour or more, you're only wet signing just a couple of documents. And if you had questions for some of the documents that you reviewed electronically, you can, you know, you've already reviewed them and you can ask very specific questions at the closing table. So like everybody said, you know, just check with your professionals and see what kind of electronic options are out there. But whether you want to stay home and, you know, just kind of avoid whatever's out there, or you are in a time crunch, these electronic options are always great. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Dana. All right. And then next we're going to hear from Gail. So Gail, I'll spotlight your video now.
Hey everybody, Gail Kleemann with Academy Mortgage, and I'm in color today, excited, loving to be talking about technology. We've got lots of options here, and I'm going to share my screen, hopefully with you guys.
Yep, we see it.
You got it there. I've got something that's going to be running here. Get that to come up. But anyway, that's not going to look like that's going to run, but technology is always fun, isn't it? Here we go. Basically, I'm going to go a little bit at different angle. The transition here with Academy with the social distancing was pretty seamless because we already had so much technology in place. What we've done is we've got an app and we've had it for a while. I know a lot of different people have referenced the apps. The customer, if they want to go, do a face-to-face, I am more than happy to do that. I can do Zoom calls, or I can send them our app and they can download everything and apply right there online. But we also have, what I think is really important to the realtors that are listening here, is our mobile app that's branded to each individual agent. And this allows their clients, it's a matter of texting it to their customer, and they can search on the realtor specific site, and they can also, apply online and be connected this way. Alannah had referred to that as about being connected with your other business partners, which is really a nice feature. We also have a single property website that we create for all of your listings, and it can be connected to the Matterport, YouTube, whatever links you have. And it features that property, but really most important is the app and this website. It keeps people on your site rather than off to Zillow and off to realtor.com, because then, they're going to call any agent that pops up. So you want to keep them on your site so they're not tempted to reach out to somebody else. So we're trying to, with our technology, really support the business partners and the other agents that we work with. So not only can we streamline the process and make it as personal as people want with our technology or face-to-face, I feel like we've kind of got it all here. All right, thank you.
Awesome, thank you, Gail. All right, and then next we are going to have Codi come on, and we're going back to the realtor side of things. So let me go ahead and spotlight your
Codi with
video.
Bourgeois Real Estate Group. I want to kind of talk about how technology kind of is a gift and a curse as far as humanity. So it's always been there in the background. We've always had like social media and things like that. But then when COVID hit, it kind of forced it to become a new way of doing business. So, we've got email, text messaging, websites, video chat, all kinds of video chat, Zoom, e-sign, digital fax, virtual tour, social media. I mean, we've got everything that we need to potentially take your whole transaction from start to finish, marketing to closing. That's the reason why it's kind of a gift and a curse. Because it takes away from the human element. It takes away from, that human contact, the face-to-face contact, the feeling of, accomplishment, when you see the smile on the face of the person that you just helped. There's the element of it that affects you as an individual. That lack of human interaction and talking to people, it could kind of lead to, emotional effects to yourself. So I feel like we kind of need to have a mix of both, so that we can maintain our sanity, healthy relationships, and business longevity, really. So those are my thoughts.
Awesome, thank you, Codi. I like that. All right, and then we're going to hear from Antonella. So let me go ahead and spotlight you, and you're good.
Am I live?
Yep.
Hi guys, this is Antonella Zervopoulos with Atlantic Shores Realty, and so yeah, in regards to how this COVID-19 is affecting our industry, fun fact and short story about what happened to me this week. So finally got a property under contract, and I had to deal with an appraiser who is following CDC guidelines. So all of a sudden, we needed to submit new pictures in order to get the property appraised. So basically, they're doing virtual appraising at the moment. So they're not coming to your house to check the house and make sure that there is a closet in your new bedroom. But they requested, the listing agent or the agent to submit extra pictures. So this is how also, technology is coming into play during throughout the whole transaction. It's not only in the beginning, marketing the pictures is not only, at the end or, just for the realtor itself. Is becoming an important, part of the transaction throughout the whole process. So again, this is just what happened to me, between in the past couple of days, pretty much, where we had to resubmit new pictures, take new pictures, and make sure that we got the credit where the credit was due, and that's it. This is basically just another point where technology is becoming very, very important. So that's
absolutely
it.
Honestly, yeah, that's great. Thank you, Antonella. All right, so I am actually going to put my little 2 cents in from the title perspective, because we're a whole nother corner of the world of real estate. So I'm Lucy McGuire with Arrow Title Services, if you don't know who I am and you're watching. But I'm going to share my screen with you guys really quick. We have done a lot since Corona has happened, and we have always had a better grasp with technology. Like, we've always tried to embrace it as much as possible, but due to coronavirus, we really had to step it up a notch. And one of the things that we implemented was remote online notarization, which is a huge thing right now. But before I go into the remote online notarization, I do just want to mention what I'm sharing on my screen. Like, this is our website. And we've been talking about, a couple of people have mentioned their different apps and things that they offer. And Alannah had mentioned title companies having apps, and we have an app. We have an app for that. And it's actually, if you go right to our website as a client, as just someone who is looking to maybe get a quote, you're able to get an instant quote right here. If you are an agent or a lender, you can actually sign up and get your own profile as well. And you can email it out to, print it out, whatever it might be. There's all these different options in there. It's a great tool, very easy to use, but just right here, you say get a quote and it asks you all this information and it'll calculate it for you. So it's a great thing that we've added. We actually added that about a year ago, and it has been a great tool for our clients. It is just something, we did a lot of research into this app that we got, and we wanted to make sure it was as easy to use as possible and user-friendly, honestly, just so that you're inputting information that you're able to get very easily in a nice format. So we wanted to add that on, and that was something we did previous to Corona. But even after Corona, so in January of this year is when the state actually authorized remote online notarizations. So how good is that timing? But then in March, we get affected by Corona, and we were actually already in the process of getting approved for it. So we kind of just we're like, okay, trying to kick the notch up, like, hey, how quick can we get this done? So I think in the first week or two of quarantine, we got our remote online notarization, all the insurances we needed to get for it, etc. So now we are able to do remote online notarization, which is virtual closings. So it's very exciting. The people that we've done it with already really enjoy it. It's kind of crazy that you can, it's pretty much like having a Zoom call on a very secure platform. You still have to validate who you are with different identities and such like that, but they'll ask you a bunch of questions. But it's been really experienced to see how that's been now impacted in our industry. And granted, not everybody is prepared to take on remote online notarizations yet. Not all lenders are approved with it yet, but it just got approved in January. And I think that if Corona did not happen, it would have taken way longer for lenders to get on board with it. But now that Corona's happened and everybody is aware of how impactful it is to have that technology on your side, and to make it convenient for people, to make sure that your clients are safe and that they're comfortable, it's now pushed, you know, all of our industry to want to get to that standard of like, okay, we want to provide this value for them, and it's important now. So now I think really in our industry, we have taken something that would have taken normally 4, maybe 5 years to really implement into our industry, and now we've fast forwarded things. So it's crazy how much technology changes just our industry daily. It's not even, you know, it's not monthly or quarterly, it's like daily it's changing. We started a YouTube channel, which has been great, and we post new tips. Like there's so much you can do out there, and just to provide your value for your clients through technology, and we've done every aspect that we can. I do want to ask a couple of questions to or all of you guys actually. So how have you guys seen technology help better have you seen it help you connect with your clients better? Does anybody have anything to say about that? Or how have you been seeing the virtual shopping of it all? Like do you think that that's kicked it up a notch now to where now it's even more accessible for them, that they feel, oh, you know, this makes me feel like it's easier for me to buy a house? I'm curious to hear who has a input on that.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's a lot of sight unseen purchases going on these days. So you're noticing a lot more people using technology for cash buys out of state. So people aren't even bothering coming down here to look at the properties because the supply is just too low. You can't be out there being picky and choosy when what you're looking for is the property. So what they're doing is they're leveraging their side of the technology. They're going out, they're looking at the virtual tours that we talked about. They're making sure that they're setting dates up with their title companies, making sure that they're setting dates up with their lenders. And they're also talking and using Zoom technology and Google Teams and things like that so that they can connect with their business professionals much better. You know, there's just a limited number of technology apps that they have out there, but just make sure, like I said, that you focus on what's actually going to work for you so that you can have a little bit more time when it comes to you purchasing your new home.
Absolutely. Anybody else have anything to add?
Yeah, absolutely. I can't see it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Codi.
Go. All right. So it's just funny because you know, I'll have a whole conversation with a client via text message. They're looking for something specific, and then I'll send them an MLS listing or, you know, a bunch of listings. They'll pick what they want. They'll tell me what they want me to go after. And then I'll call, like, you know, there might be a question that I have to call the agent, the listing agent for. And their first question to me is, you know, have they seen the property? And I'm like, yeah, online. You know, there's no need for them to go physically see the property. That's what they want. You know, give me what I need. You know what I mean? So technology is making it like really easy. Like, you know, like I said, we can do everything from start to finish virtually. Like we don't even have to meet the person. You know, so it's just crazy how it's forced this new way of doing business. You know.
Absolutely. And Alannah, you had something to add?
Yeah, absolutely. Just piggybacking off of Codi, because he's dead on. It's enabled so much more connection without having to physically connect to develop that relationship. I mean, in terms of numbers, I've noticed my personal experiences with buyers and listers has tripled between February pre-COVID numbers, where I can measure and go, you know, nothing was weird then, and my numbers in May, for example. So things were just starting, you know, the ballast stones were just starting to level out. So it's been enormous in my own personal business to see how many more people it's, you know, creating a sense of you need to trust the people you're working with. You need to call them if you want to know more about what it is that they have to share with you. It's creating an avenue for that communication being the only way the consumer is going to get what they want, regardless of which side they're on. And that is a powerful place to be, because as humans, that seems to be where we're always playing catch up, right? The technology is, you know, vastly more so than the connectedness. So it's actually facilitating it in this case. So that's a beautiful thing in my world.
Absolutely. Dana?
Can I, go ahead, Dana.
Go ahead, Dana, and then we'll go to Jessica.
So I just wanted to say, as far as my daily business, I'm able to see many more customers because I'm not running around from place to place. You know, Lucy, you could attest to this with all the charging things that we go to. You know, my commute time in between appointments is 0. I feel like I have a more relaxed conversation with my clients, and my clients don't have to worry about finding what day off they have. You know, we can do a lot of things over the phone. I can set up virtual meetings like this, you know, so they could see that I'm a real person. So I think it's helped me grow my business, and it's helped me be more efficient.
Absolutely. Personability, making it more personal. Jessica?
Yeah, just to echo Dana, it definitely makes more time for like the agents that are really utilizing the app, because everything is streamlined and it's automated. So let's say, Lucy, you're my client and like you like a lot of those homes and you starred them and you saved them. That automatically tells me, hey, Lucy likes these 5 houses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hey, Lucy, saw that you liked a couple of these houses. How about we set something up? How about I give you more information? So that'll tell the client like, wow, this is like really on top of this. I really like that. And then I can just have these emails automatically sent to them and give them automatic updates, which in turn gives me more time to work on everything else in my business, additional marketing, networking and things like that. So that's a huge way that this technology, specifically the app and our command system as well, but that's how it's helped a lot of the agents get more business and more streamlined in their time blocking.
Absolutely. Creating more connectivity in our industry with all parties. Did anybody else have anything to add? Katey, did you? Oh,
yeah. I know, like I had a realtor, just an example, the other day, shared our co-branded app, and that person took the app and did the application online, and it took them probably 10, 15 minutes. And I was able to just pull everything through. She had scanned the documents, and I mean, probably within 30 minutes of her sharing the app, I had a pre-approval for the agent. So, you know, it really, not everybody wants to work that way. A lot of people still want to do it old school, but for especially the younger people that are buying, that love all the technology, I mean, it's perfect. It just, we can work so smoothly together, I think. I love it.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, there have been times where I have a client call and they want a quote or a seller net sheet and such like that. And they're just like 2 on the go, like they're driving, and they'll tell me the numbers, I'm putting it in, and by the time we're still on the phone and it's already in their email. Wow. So it's insane how quick it can all go. Katey, were you gonna say something? I saw you.
Yeah. The realtor that you work with and the lender that you work with, they not only do they have what we're talking about here with apps, this and that, but they have the inside scoop. Realtors specifically have the inside scoop from talking to other realtors and also digging in deeper into the property values and the taxes. And just because you saw it online doesn't mean that it's accurate. Trust your realtor. And as far as the technology for the personal relationship, specifically, I haven't recently had an experience where we have someone from New Jersey who is not allowed to come to Florida at the time, and they're stuck in quarantine. And instead of having a phone conversation, I had asked them if they would be comfortable jumping on Zoom. This is kind of, early in the process, in late March, and they obliged, and we talked for probably an hour, and they were so more comfortable with me as a stranger in Florida after seeing me, and I look like my pictures and my marketing, and I speak in person like this, the same way that I do over the phone, and I'm not phony, and they were very excited about starting the process virtually on a chat so they could get to know me, because they're trusting me with a fairly large financial purchase. They want to make sure that they're talking to somebody who's legit and can kind of look them in the eye and tell them like it is, and guide them through the process and explain on the screen. So that's just kind of little tidbit.
Absolutely. And I feel like you get to know, again, the trust factor is so important, especially in our industry. And I feel like this has given us so many more tools to connect and get the people to trust us and get to know us. Because people, at the end of the day, people use who they know, who they like, and who they trust. Those are the top 3 things that people want when they're working with someone. And guess what? These live videos that we're doing on Facebook, like right now, like you guys are getting to know us and our personalities and like, wow, like how crazy I am. Like, you know, like you're getting to know us and you don't even know us yet. So like sometimes that's why people honestly crave that human connection. And when you are going live, and by the way, a lot of you guys, I've been seeing you guys go live on your Facebook pages, so kudos to you guys, because every time you go live, people get to know you, they get to know your energy, your like expressions and everything like that. And then they are starting to build that trust with you without even knowing it, like it's subconsciously happening. So if you are watching this and you're even just a business owner in any business, like video is so key. It is so important. It is a great way to connect with people in general. I mean, I think just technology has taken, even outside of our industry, and I know that, you know, FaceTime, I've heard of realtors using FaceTime to show properties like, hey, you like this kitchen, you know, like, and you're right there on FaceTime. But like, think about the fact that we have FaceTime now and we can connect with people all over the world, when before it was like, let me write you a letter and I'll hear from you in 2 months or whatever, you know what I mean? And now it's like, here, let me see you in 2 seconds. Like, hey, it's mind blowing. It's mind blowing how much how far we have come, and it's in such a short time too. Like, you know, the Jetsons isn't far away, guys.
That's really far.
Where are those flying cars?
I just want to piggyback on what you said about the FaceTiming and everything. And I've been FaceTiming my clients for the longest time because that's just how I used to show my properties. Because like I said, I started real estate in Miami, and what are those international buyers? Half of the people that I work with and that wanted rentals were not in South Florida. So I was like, all right, let's do the FaceTime. And then it would be good because you can see what building had really bad service and what building had really great service. So that's something that you're not going to be able to figure out. Like, you know, when you're just looking online, it's a good thing that, you know, those like good and bad things happen. So technology is just, it's so powerful when you use it the right way.
It is. It honestly is. It's incredible.
Yeah, I just want to
go ahead.
I want to touch on new builds also. If somebody decides to come down here and purchase a new home, I mean, when you're in that process of every step getting getting your inspections done, maybe so that's where we come in.
We lost that last sentence you said, Peter.
Hello?
We lost that last
okay. So if you do pick the can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hello. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So once you are in that process of building a new home and you get through the inspections process, I mean, sometimes people are just not going to be able to be available to come down and see their home throughout that process. So if you choose the right realtor with the right technologies, they can be there every step of the way, making sure to take video, making sure to take pictures. That way you can see exactly how your home is being built and not have to be there.
Absolutely. No, it shocks me every day, the new things that we come up with. And I know that it can be a pain sometimes, because I mean, everybody can be a pain sometimes, right? I guess, but like, yeah, technology can get on your nerves, and there are definitely little tips and tricks if you don't know how to do everything, but it's a learning process. And just like anything, I mean, if you don't implement these things in your life, then you're leaving behind so much like so many more things that could be benefiting you towards in the future. And I just think that, I know that there were a lot of people before this, and I think this has made our clients more like easier to work with as well, because a lot of people before were against technology. And, I understand that, but now that we were put into a position where we needed it to be able to connect with people, it's now made everybody more aware and more comfortable with using it, which is powerful for everybody in our industry. Does anybody else have anything to add? Yeah. Okay. So then now we're going to go into today's Thursday's top tips in real estate. So what is your number one tip that you guys want to give people out there for this week? So Carol, you want to start us off?
Carol Dols here with Gateway Mortgage. My number one tip this week, and I thought about this, for you first-time home buyers out there, even if your lender's product or whatever program you're getting doesn't require you to take a class, take that online course. There's many of them out there. They're free. It teaches you what the process is going to be like, how to budget. It's a really good tool to start there first. Take that class, then talk to your lender, and then talk to your realtor. So that way you're at least informed. Because I get a lot of phone calls from first-time home buyers, and I'm the first call. They have no clue. So it will help educate your consumer.
We might have to have a video coming up on that. All right, Katey, you want to lead us into your top tip?
Top tip for today, I would say embrace the technology if you haven't already. Embrace it. Allow us to help you with the technology that is helpful. We're not trying to make it inconvenient. It's quite the opposite. We're trying to make it super convenient for everyone. And like we were talking about before, it is a time saver. So we respect your time. We expect you to respect ours as well. So if we offer you technology, embrace it. We want to get you forward faster.
Absolutely. Gail?
Sure. I would say, I kind of mentioned it earlier, talking about scanning documents. It's, all this technology is great, but we do really need to be secure with everything. So rather than using your iPhone and taking pictures and everything that's very easy and tempting, or you can scan through notes, to use the app that we provide, or you can go directly to our website when you have the application. So that's what I would say. Just, we got to be safe about all this technology.
Absolutely. Alannah? Oh, you're...
All right, guys. Alannah with the Dean's List Group, here for a laugh as always. My top tip this week, I love where Katey was going with it. We are definitely out to provide efficiency and the opportunity to take advantage of a lot of things that you will have not used or heard of unless you were already familiar with. So we're really out to make sure that your experience is exceptional. So usually the frustration of learning to use something for a couple of minutes pays off in dividends when you're in the throes of the process and you're just looking for your answers quickly. We're giving you the way to get them as quickly as possible. So know that we are in your corner and we have your same goals in mind, and that's why we're your team. And to Gail's point, the taking photos of stuff that you want to scan, not smart. If you're going to scan through your phone, use the Notes app, because you can actually make a PDF off the bat and instantly email it where you need it to go, rather than send it through the text system, which is a lot more hackable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look at that.
You'll know when you talk to your professional team.
Dana?
Thank you. Dana Mainenti, Guarantee Rate Affinity. My tip is that there are multiple products and services out there. So if your neighbor bought a house and put down so much money and, got this and got that, everything is different. So trust your professionals and not necessarily your neighbors, friends, and family, and make sure that you ask as many questions. We want you to be comfortable with the process, but we will steer you in the right direction. So just trust that.
Well, our tagline is taking your closing in the right direction. Just had to plug that since you said in the right direction. Codi, what do you want to say?
Codi here, Bourgeois Real Estate Group. My top tip today, I think, would be to not get upset with your realtor when they tell you the truth. Don't let your eyes be bigger than your wallet. And in the end, it's going to come out in the wash. So why not know what's going on in the beginning so you're all on the same page? And that's probably the realtor that you want to deal with, the one that's going to tell you the way it is. So, you know, just bear with us and let us guide you through the whole process and get it done.
Love it, Cody. That's a great one. Peter?
Hello, Peter Negron here from the Hunt Group, powered by Keller Williams. So I really wanted to just make a statement, kind of. There's a couple of things that they're not going to make more of. Okay, one of them is going to be you. They're not going to make any more of you. You're the only one, and that's it. Next thing is real estate. We have one planet. Real estate is not going to just pop out of anywhere. Okay, so real estate is not going anywhere. It can only be bought, sold, and attained. That's it. The last thing is time. You know, they're not going to make any more time. You can't go back and get it from wherever it is that you put your time into. So please, us save your time, consult with us, and we'll put you in the right direction. We'll make sure that whatever transaction it is that you do choose.
Oh. Well, he paused there, but I think you guys got the gist of it. And I actually wanted to add to what he said right there. Yes, real estate, there's no more real estate, but what I think, you know, just to clarify that, they're not making more land. They're not making more land, all right?
And we're in Florida, so we can only go so far west and so far south, so far east.
Yes,
And
yes,
so far up.
and so far up.
3 stories.
Maybe they'll start making those houses in the sky. Land in the sky, parcels in the sky. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, God.
Future. Anyways, Jessica.
Okay, so as usual, my top tip will never change. Well, not like never ever, but it won't change. I say make sure you get a great team. Okay. As a consumer, you need to have your team that's right there behind you that has your best interests at heart. Whether it's with real estate, technology, they have the best technology. And whether it's with the ease of sending paperwork and documents, they have to know all that, etc. And as long as it makes the life of the contract that much more simple, that's what your team is there for. So get a good team, a great team, and stick with them.
Love it. Love it. All right. So guys, anybody who you see on here today, every Thursday, we go live every Thursday for this Thursday's Top Tips in Real Estate at 2 p.m. But you are able to contact any of the amazing local lenders and realtors. I just like almost combined lenders and realtors in like one word. But you can contact any of them in our description. You'll be able to go check out their Facebook pages, see what else they're doing, and get to know them, get to like them. Get to trust them. You know, we are here every week to share with you guys these tips because we know how complicated the real estate industry is. And there's a lot of information you guys can get out there. But honestly, hearing it from your local people is going to be the most valuable for you. And like Jessica said, keep your team, understand and know and trust like what they say to you. So just trust is key. And we hope that you guys will join us again next week. But we actually have some announcements. So, Katey, you want to go up with your announcement? Oh, you're muted.
Unmute. Katey Bourgeois with the Bourgeois Real Estate Group. We are hosting open houses this weekend in Port St. Lucie, our newest listing in Port St. Lucie, 1501 Curry Street, Saturday and Sunday. You can join Codi, Fletcher, and David Scriver hosting at 1501 Curry Street. And then also this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, Peter Hibbard and Katey Bourgeois, Saturday and Sunday at 1061 Gardens Boulevard in Palm City. We have a fantastic buyer incentive on Gardens Boulevard, but you have to show up or give us a call to find out what that buyer incentive is. And yes, maybe the hot tub is included in that. 772-444-6989. Come see us at our open houses this weekend. Come see us in person, live and direct.
Love it. Love it. All right, guys. So, did anybody else have any announcements? No?
I was just going to say I'm going to be at Gardens also. So, I look forward to seeing everyone.
Awesome. So we hope you guys are going to have an amazing weekend coming up because it's Friday Eve, right? So if you want to check the replay out, if you guys are just joining now, make sure to go onto our YouTube channel, Arrow Title Services, and check out the replay. You can also see it on Facebook too, but sometimes, it gets lost in the feed. So you can always go back to our YouTube and watch the replay. We hope you guys have an amazing week, and we will see you next Thursday at 2 p.m. Have a great one. Bye.
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 Lucy. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.